Randy, thank you so very much. We really appreciate your introduction, and we appreciate being here. And thank you for joining Dave and me. There are some situations, some challenges, some issues that women face more predominantly. And as I've said that, maybe some of you are thinking about some of those that you might have faced yourself. So it's important for us women to know how to handle these types of challenges because they show confidence, they show leadership presence. And I have to admit, I was here a little bit for the presentation. It was actually a panel discussion earlier that talked about, how do you get ahead? And one of the things that was said was performance, performance, performance. I'm going to tell you, performance is a table stake. It is what gets you to that table. But if people perceive you as being confident, that is as important and sometimes even more important than actually being really competent in what you're doing. So it's necessary that you really look at how do you handle these unique situations that women face more predominantly. How do you handle them with aplomb? How do you have others perceive you as a go-to person so that you can get increased responsibility and really make a difference in building your career? So I'm done with my part for right now. This is a little bit of a different, unique presentation, and I'm going to give it to Dave for you to explain it. Take it away, Dave.
So when Barbara and I got together and talked about not only this topic, one of the things we considered was how might we present this so it's more engaging? We had decided that we did not want to go through 50, 60 PowerPoints. We did not want to talk at you and then collect questions at the end. We wanted you to be part of the process right away instead of waiting for Q&A at the end. So we created a concept that we've labeled total audience immersion. What we mean by that is...
You've made them nervous.
Yeah, that was nervous laughter. That wasn't happy laughter. Too late. Lock the doors. Okay. So what we've done is we've created 4 scenarios that typify business situations that professional women often encounter in the workplace. We're going to act those out up here, and we're going to invite some of you to participate with us in the acting out. It's very easy. Don't get nervous. Double bolt. And once we've done the 90 seconds on the vignette, Barbara and I step out of character, and we begin a conversation, both with the people up here and for all of you out there. Now, as we finish up the setup, the vignette takes place again in a meeting room, but this time the 4 people sitting will be junior staff members who have been nominated by the boss, appointed to a task force that was told to do their research and come up with a series of solutions, suggestions to simplify and improve the business processes for the company. So they came up, did their work, and they've submitted the report. They've been called into the meeting room. They think it's going to be about the report. They're not sure, and that's where we're going to begin.
We're ready. Take 1.
Anybody know why Dave, then Barbara, called this meeting?
In the parens, you don't see that.
Anybody know why Dave called this meeting?
Well, it's got to be about the report, right?
Okay, everybody. I got your report on simplifying our business processes. And frankly, I am not happy. When I put the 4 of you on this project, I expected more. First of all, it was due Monday. I got it yesterday, and that's 3 days late.
Well, we had to wait for Joanne in accounting for the inventory costs.
I thought Monday was just a target date, not a firm deadline.
Doesn't matter. You should have kept me up to date on the status, period.
But you weren't in Monday. We thought we had more time.
So what? Send me an email, text me, do something. Just stop. No more excuses. I've had it. And being late, just the beginning. The bigger problem is you know what? It's not the quality. It's the lack of quality in this report. It's all low-hanging fruit. No new ideas, no breakthrough concepts, no concrete suggestions, just platitudes. Generalities about saving time, making people more effective. Whoopee. I could have put the interns on this for an hour and gotten better results.
Dave, we worked hard on this.
Yeah, we spent hours speaking with people, collecting their input.
Yeah, we asked good questions.
Hey, obviously not good enough. There's nothing here. No actionable items, no specifics. It's all just BS from a 60,000-foot level. Your mission was to dig deep, attack the sacred cows, and come up with some big ideas to make real change. And all I got was crap. And crap is the nicest word I can think of. You know what? Now we got to start over, and the whole initiative is delayed.
Whew. Okay, Dave, calm down. You're going to change your character. Yes, give him a clap.
I'm very method.
We're going to replay this.
Right.
You going to take it, Dave?
Yep. So now Barbara and I are going to switch roles. I'll be seated in the room as one of the team, and Barbara's going to be the boss. Okay. Everybody ready?
Anybody know why Barbara called this meeting?
Yeah, well, it's got to be about the report, right?
All right, I got your report about simplifying our business processes, and frankly, I'm not happy. When I put the 4 of you on this project, I expected more. First of all, it was due Monday, and I got it yesterday. That's 3 days late.
Well, we had to wait for Joanne in accounting for the inventory costs.
Hey, I thought Monday was a target date and not a firm deadline.
You kidding? It doesn't matter. You should have kept me updated on your status.
But you weren't in on Monday. We thought we had more time.
So what? Send me an email, text me, do something. Just stop. No more excuses. I've had it. Being late, just the beginning. The problem is the quality of this report. No. Rather, it's the lack of quality of this report. It's all low-hanging fruit. No new ideas, no concrete suggestions, just platitudes and generalities about saving time and making people more efficient. Whoopee! The interns could have done better than this.
Barbara, we worked hard on this.
We spent hours speaking with people and collecting their input.
Yeah, we asked good questions.
Well, obviously not good enough. There's nothing here. No actionable items, no specifics. It's all just BS from a 60,000-foot view. Your mission was to dig deep, go after the sacred cows, and come up with some big ideas and to make serious change. What you all gave me was a bunch of crap. And that's the nicest word I can come up with. And you know, now we're going to have to start over, and the whole initiative has to be delayed. So there.
Okay. Go ahead. You can. So first, by the way, Mike Runners, we're going to wait a minute before I ask for your help, because the beginning we're going to be speaking with our actors who were on the receiving end of the emotion here. Now, before we begin, I'd like to remove the issue of whether or not the person should have gotten angry. Sometimes that stuff happens. So the debate here is not, was it appropriate to be angry or not? Put that aside. It's not a style or a choice issue. The anger has happened. The question we're going to talk about is the perception of that anger by those of you who watched it happen and received it happening, and, equally important, the possible repercussions of having that anger displayed. So that's where we're going to begin. So for our 3 people here that were receiving this, my first question is, the man, as I came in and showed the anger and got ticked off, raised my voice, what adjectives come to mind as I got angrier? If you were to be sharing this story with some friends at lunchtime, and we're going to describe me during that tirade, what might you talk about and share with your colleagues? So whoever would like to say something, you keep the mic on for this as you and share.
I think from a male, I've been in that situation where they're getting upset, the voice goes up. You feel more threatened. You feel the threat. Potentially your job's in danger, your career's in danger. The extra evaluation of your skill is really makes you question yourself.
Okay. Feeling threatened. Interesting. Okay.
It felt more like I was being attacked than trying to help be productive.
Okay. What if you had to describe the guy? You've described how you felt. You described your reaction, which is good. What kinds of words come to mind as you would tell somebody, boy, he was so and so, or I didn't believe, talk about the guy, the boss, and use some language that you would offer.
Very harsh tone, harsh wording.
Okay.
He was very, let's say we were in the cafeteria. I just had a meeting. He was so aggressive and over the top. I've never heard him be that angry. And I didn't know, well, the report may have been a little off, but he could have come in as more of a supporting. He just seemed like he was about to throw us all out the door.
All right. So let's flip that around and talk about when Barbara, the women's role, when she came in, what adjectives, again, assuming you're having lunch with your friends again and saying, oh man, our boss came in and chewed us out, and this time this boss was the woman and how she portrayed it. Your reactions and thoughts about Barbara. Whoever would like to start. And our person in the middle, please share if you're welcome to. You don't, yes.
Well, I can't compare one-to-one because you kind of went off script on some of your anger. Yeah. So
Improv training.
I tried to listen for tone, and when I was listening to your tone, it was the same throughout. It's just like, I'm angry, I'm angry, I'm angry. But when I was listening to the female tone, it was like angry, annoyed, and like kind of sympathetic, and angry and annoyed. Like it was just like it sounded more emotional than just like monotone or just one emotion.
Okay, very interesting.
So it just made it more noticeable. Whereas with yours, I was more focusing on what was being said to me as opposed to who or why they were saying it.
And so my question for the audience, first one is a show of hands. Who in the audience would prefer to work for a man who gets angry? And then for the woman? It's almost 50-50. Almost 50-50. So my first question to the audience is, for those of you who said you'd prefer to work for the man, somebody please share with me your reasoning. What would lead you to that decision? Though the mic runner's up and ready to roll. Please.
What's there for me is like, there's more drama with women. I would be worried about the future of our relationship, and was she mad at me? And the man, I'm just like, got mad.
So does the man, I'm asking, I'm not trying not to put words in your mouth. Are you sharing that sort of with the man, it's there and it's done? Is that sort of the perception?
Yeah.
Yeah? Is that, I see some nods.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's not a bad thing. We have thank you. The lady in the back, yes. Yes, can you go to her on your left?
I work for a woman who gets angry, and I feel like she's not on my side and that she should be protecting me almost and like helping me grow instead of like getting mad at me. So like when she yells at me, it's like, well, what did I do wrong? Versus when a man yells at me, I'm like, oh, I made a mistake. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The lady in
Absolutely.
the orangey, yes.
I would say that I would want to work for a woman who would get angry because often, if we're going to, I feel like we're stereotyping a little bit, but like a woman often has enough emotional intelligence that to recognize maybe that you're not going to benefit from a lot of yelling, and then maybe there's some scolding and some like, you did a bad job, but then there's like, let's talk about why this happened, or like, let's reflect on this. How can we change this in the future? And so I'd want a boss that would get yelling, but then also like some kind of emotional intelligence discussion to go with it, which I think you would often get more with a woman than a man.
In conclusion, we're hearing a set of traits and style and adjectives that sort of gravitate towards the male, and another set that gravitate towards the female. And what we're going to discuss is how to use this insight more effectively to navigate these difficult waters when anger has occurred. Barbara?
Okay. It's interesting to hear what you've said, and I'm going to have to work on my anger a lot more, I can
Bring it
tell.
up a notch.
What tends to happen is that when men lose their cool, they can actually gain points. People will say words like they're demanding, they're a hard driver, etc. When women lose their temper, it's, please, what time of the month is it? The shrill, that B word again, and it tends to stay with them. It can build a reputation that is stronger and harder for a woman to get rid of it than sometimes for a man. Again, not fair, but that can be reality. And so there's a way of saying it, can women show we as women, can we show our teeth? And the answer is yes, we can show our teeth. We can be direct, we can be somewhat confrontational, we can show our anger, particularly if it's validated, if that you guys really didn't do a very good job on this report, and I need to let you know that you really didn't do a good job and it has upset me. So you can show your teeth. But the difference is that we can't, quote unquote, bite. If we go over top, it will stay with us. It will be something that will be harder for us to get rid of. So it means that when we get angry, we do need to think about being a little bit more in control, and a man might not have to think about it. And again, the tone of voice will become really important so that you bring it down some decibels if you need to do that. Another thing that has to happen, and I bet that's what you were hearing with my voice, is that when women get angry or really excited, something happens to our tone. Have you noticed that when you get angry, our voice goes up, we get shrill, okay? So what we need to do is that when we do get angry and we want to be forceful, we need to keep our voice tone. I'm really working on it now. We need to keep our voice tone lower and slower. So slow down, voice tone low. Try not to go into the shrill, because what will happen is that's what they will hear. They will not hear the words you're saying. So keep it slow, keep it low. And something that you can do, and this is true for both men and women, is that if you have gone a little over the top, and after you've done your scene, such as for me, I might have, a half hour later, I might go, oh my God, I can't believe that I just lost it, and I think I lost my team. I think I now won't have them do the really good job that I think they really can do. What an incredible, powerful, courageous thing to do is to apologize. Now, again, you don't grovel. You just say, hey, guys, I have to tell you, when I first spoke to you, I just saw the report. I did react to it. I didn't put a lot of thought into it in the way I was going to talk to you. I was over the top. Please excuse me. It's not you. It was I know you can do better work than this. It can even be shorter than what I just did. I think I just actually went on a little bit too long. Keep it short. Apologize. Oh my gosh, you will get tremendous amounts of points for doing that. So again, we don't want women to feel like you can't get angry and you can't be direct and firm. Just be careful, again, of the tone, of the words you're using, your body language. Apologize if necessary. Okay, comment?
Yeah, if you do that, though, a man wouldn't apologize.
That's true. Some men do. Some men do, and that's up to you to decide. So I'm actually glad you said that, because is that a sign of weakness to apologize? You will need to decide in your culture of your company whether that would be or not. But I will tell you, if you might not want to do it with everyone else, I will tell you sometimes a well-done apology can win you tremendous ground.